Hello friends, welcome back and welcome if you're new here. I'm Kristen and this is our weekly career relationship check-in where we just look at how we express ourselves in the world through our work. So let's pull one card for you, one card for your work environment and colleagues, those relationships, and tie it all together with one. See where you're coming together or not coming together. We'll take those two. Your energy is rebirth, and your job is source. So you're a rebirth. Job is source. So I just did a higher self reading that's out this week, and that was all about the death process and the beauty in death and letting something go. So what have you let go of? And what are you replacing it with? And your job being the source, you want the place where you go to every single day, or the place that you're in connection with every single day, as far as where you're connecting with your security and your survival, right? Like how you take care of yourself through what you earn, through your abundance in your job. You want that to be a source of strength for you. And I think that either it is a source of strength for you right now, or you have left something recently or about to leave something because it didn't have stability to it. And even more important, it had no spark to it. It didn't engage you anymore. There was no passion there. There was no inspiration there. Perhaps you've just gone to someplace new or created your own work environment, your own company, where it's like you want to start fresh. You want to connect with the inner fire in your heart, your inner inspiration. You had to let go of the darkness around the everyday work in the world, as opposed to feeling, okay, I've got to do this, I have to pay the bills, I have to take care of myself, I have to take care of my family, I'm never going to get a promotion or rise above unless I kind of stick with this and just go through this dredge. And it's just simply not true. You have step laddered yourself. You don't need to. If you're in that space, you can step ladder yourself. You can return back to your source. It's the card in between, healing. So there is some traumatic experiences around your job, around your career path, around where you have just come from, or even where you are right now. And you recognize that there has to be some healing, that you can't continue to just go on the way that you've been going on, having to put up with certain people in your environment, certain old structures of how things are done. For many of you, you feel like you followed the line, like you walked the line that you were supposed to. You went on the ladder and you were like, okay, if I do this and then this, I'm going to get here. And realizing that there is no, it's like it can be a never-ending ladder to absolutely nowhere. Awareness around, I think that this is your career, your job, your place of work, whether it's your own or somebody else's that you're going to. It's a source of pushing you to rebirth yourself, to really be, excuse me, to really be where you want to be in your career. Your current job or the job you just were at was a huge lesson in self-awareness. It really taught you who you really are. And you can now step into this place of, I think I forgot that this kind of work really is inspiring to me. It's not just about red tape and logistics and statistics and analytics. This is also about people. This is also about service, regardless of what it is. And if you hadn't have gone through this experience, gone through a kind of healing experience, a self-awareness, an awakening around really recognizing how much time, there's only so little time. Time is precious. It's the most precious thing that we have. How much more time am I going to waste? And watching myself be dwindled at my source, have my source be dwindled every single day, but the fire gets stoked out more and more. When am I finally going to say it's okay to let go of this? That there is something more, there is something else for me. It's like you're finding yourself again through this job experience. I think that you have been on the defensive, and you've been around people that are on the defensive. So it's like it's catching. They're on the defensive all the time, and then you catch that sort of, it's like walking on eggshells kind of feeling. And then it's, no, I didn't say that. It's stealing your energy. It's like people that are like energetic vampires that don't necessarily even come across that way at first. But it comes from being in an environment where everybody is so particularly scared of anything new, of trying something new. They're afraid that the source of abundance, or they're coming from a scarcity mindset. And these are not people that really care too much about self-awareness and healing. And I believe that you are a person that tries to look at every single situation in life, tries to look at what lessons can I get, what can I learn, how can I be better. And you're around some people and in an environment where everyone's more every man for himself. Or I also get this sense of like little niches of people that have all clustered into tiny little communities and cliques, because that's how they're feeling protected. And it's, this is my project, or this is my idea, and you can't have it. And, or we don't want to sit with those people at lunch, or they're not invited to the after work party. Or it's just cliques at a high school. Like these people forming cliques, and they're forming little communities so they can feel a sense of belonging, because they have no sense of, they have a lack of self-awareness around their lack of value. And they're resisting rebirth. Some of you could be at a company, or it could be even your company where this is going on. For some people, you've created a company and all of a sudden this has happened, and you're like, how did I get here? When I hired these people, they were great. Or I had no idea that this was going to turn out this way, or they appeared this way on the interview, or they appeared this way for the first couple of years, and now all of a sudden people have shifted and changed. And we have to realize that people do shift and change sometimes, and that often something can feel like it's happening in an instant, but really it's been a very slow process that's probably been happening for a very long time. But it can be very difficult to pick up on people's stuff, and when they're feeling a certain amount of chaos in their own lives, it will get enhanced. So I think these experiences when people around you aren't willing to do their work, look at themselves, see where they need healing, see where they need to find a sense of community and belonging, where people are supporting and of service of each other, where it's not a you versus me mentality. And there's not enough to go around, so I have to grab it. I have to keep it towards myself. Or for some of you, people lying about where certain ideas have come from, setting things up in a certain way, where Seven of Cups, it's very confusing. For some of you, you're getting options from colleagues, some of them on the same level as you, some of them higher up, but it's like somebody wants you to pick the lesser option. Like they're giving you these options, but they're talking you into something that you know is not for you. Like you know it. This is not who I am. This is going to put me in a bad situation, or this is not going to be at the level that I need it to be, or the quality that I want. And you have to really trust your gut. Don't let anybody second guess your gut. You know what the answer is. You know what you need and what you want. You know what, and you don't want to pick something that's less than because someone's trying to conserve it for themselves, or even set you up for a certain kind of failure. Interesting. So if you've got some choices, really take a deep breath and trust your gut. The World, because there has to be a completion of this cycle. You have to make a choice about whether you are going to make some sort of change in your current environment that's going to make it more of a place that is inspired, more of a place where you feel replenished to some degree. Nothing is perfect every single day, and no one's happy 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Life happens, things happen, but you want to feel that you can always touch base with who you are inside. You can touch base to the authentic self. You can tap into your personal energy resources always. And if you constantly have people that, through some sort of trickery, through some sort of wielding some sort of like confusion, or they're creating confusion, and it feels like that, it feels like somebody is wanting to create confusion when there is no confusion, where everything is actually very simple. So if you're being tricked or manipulated, you know it. And you want to be careful if they're using other people around the office, other people in the environment, like using their names to confuse you because you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, or you don't want to get into a thing with that person. You like them, you have no problems with them. Somebody is creating a drama where there doesn't need to be a drama. Somebody wants you to not be at ease. They want you to make a poor choice. And I don't even see here what the gain is other than feeling a sense of power and control from making someone feel bad or confused. Three of Pentacles, stepping into a place where you're finding the people that you can really create with. So what are you going to do? Do you want to move to the next place? Is there a way to not engage with this person? I think the rebirth here and this coming back to yourself, if this is where your option is at, is you simply don't engage. If someone's coming at you in a very toxic way or picking a fight with you, It's really stop, take a deep breath, wait. Don't respond right away. Take time. Somebody is looking for a reaction from you. That's what they want, is a reaction. So you don't want to give them that. And it can be very easy, again, with our work. It's so attached to our identity and how we take care of ourselves, how we provide for ourselves. So anytime that there's a sense of instability, it can be very traumatizing. It's very upsetting. But this is a time for you to really embrace your own strength and how far you've come as a person. It's wonderful to practice all the new things that you have been integrating into your life, as far as having autonomy, having independence, having your own agency, not allowing people to dominate you, no matter who they are or what their position is. To be able to stand strong. To be able to, with few words, to carry a strength, like an untouchability. To be indifferent. It doesn't affect me. Because I really feel with these cards, that's something that you've been aware of and working on yourself for a while. So this is this opportunity to express this part of yourself. Introduce to these people who you are now. And don't worry about who I was then, when I first started the job, what I was like a year ago. We all are evolving and changing constantly all the time. We're always getting better. We should be. Anybody who I think is on a journey here in life, we always want to get better. We always want to learn more. We always want to be the best that we can be. We always want to take situations and see, what can I take out of this to become better, to become stronger when it's possible. And sometimes situations, is true, they just do suck. But you can't let it steal your energy. You can't let it drag you down. And that can be such a difficult thing to do, to not let yourself be dragged down by the muck, by the people stealing the energy. I think for some of you, it feels like it takes all your energy just to stand your ground to these people. And it's nope. It's just nope, no thank you. I'm indifferent. Maybe even just try saying that. Like they ask you something, maybe it's not even a yes-no thing, and you wait a couple of hours or a couple of days or a little while or whatever it is, and you say, no, thank you. You see what that does. Let's get one more. Nine of Cups. This is that feeling satiated, feeling like you have enough, that you're nourished enough. This is also awareness that things can get very stagnant. As I talked about earlier in this reading, some people can be they're so afraid and in such a scarcity mindset, or they're so addicted to having things done a certain way. Maybe they have a certain status in how things have been done for a long time, and they're afraid if new things get added on or things are a little bit different, that somehow their status will get taken away because they're not an expert at whatever the new thing is that would replace it, or whatever you would want to do to enhance or add to. So those people aren't your problem. And there's a difference between feeling satiated, feeling satisfied, feeling, okay, I have enough, I'm not in scarcity mindset, and allowing that to drag you into the dark side of it, the shadow side of it, which is, I'm just going to stay here and I'm not going to do anything. And I'm just going to stay as I am right now. And I'm going to let this person treat me that way. And I'll just let it roll over, and I'll go home and I'll have a glass of wine every night. And then it's no. So have that awareness in yourself as well. And it's okay to lean into what's comfortable and what feels good. But always go back to, are you inspired? Do you feel like you can be yourself? Is it a place where you are thriving and not just surviving? I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. If you enjoy this content, I hope that you will subscribe, become a member of the fam. I would love to connect with you more. And please give me a thumbs up. It's something that you could do to help me out with the channel, and I would super appreciate it. It would mean the world. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.